Live from the studios of NBC 12 and ABC 25, this is Good Morning Jacksonville at 6:30.
And right now at 6:30, the phone lines are open. We're ready to take your calls all day today. We are hosting our Operation Orion phone bank, taking donations for the veterans group K9 for Warriors.
Your donations can help so many veterans who may be dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder, so they can get service dogs to help them cope. Now, if you want to donate, you can do so all day long. Just call 632-1200. You can see folks are right there waiting for you to call. You can also donate online on our website. That's firstcoastnews.com.
It's amazing. Every dollar you donate will be matched. It's double the money, ladies and gentlemen, so very important that you call right now. All right, let's check in with meteorologist Mike Prangley. He's got your Veterans Day forecast. What a day, Mike.
Yeah, it's actually, you can see your breath outside. It's so chilly out there, but we've got big changes on the way. We've got a beautiful sunrise for Veterans Day on the way at officially 6:49, and we are going to warm up in a hurry. So it's take your breath away with 44 degrees to start in Jacksonville, which ties for the coolest start to our autumn season. But look at the west side, 39, 37 in Homerville, my goodness. But again, it's take your breath away weather. And what I mean by that is we're going to jump about 10 degrees per hour once that beautiful, bold sunshine comes up. And look at this. By parade time, we get out, we put away these big jackets, get out the red, white, and blue shorts. It's going to be gorgeous. Temperatures on their way to a high near 80 degrees. That includes the beaches and St. Augustine for your parade. Yes, honoring our heroes today in sunny style. 72, 11 a.m., 76 by noon, 78 at 1 o'clock. Nature throwing a mixed bag at us on Veterans Day, getting it just right in time for the parades. What about the weekend? Yes, we'll see if things smooth out, but getting you to work safely and smoothly, we've got Katie Jeffries in the ViStar Credit Union Traffic Center.
Thank you, Mike. Your time is 6:32. Good morning, everybody. This is a look at I-95 near University. Sun's starting to come up. Northbound and southbound both looking pretty nice through the area. But I wanted to let you know, if you're traveling on 95 southbound, that exit ramp at Emerson, look out for a car that's broken down that's in that right lane. That's on the exit ramp, though, so just be careful. All of our bridges through downtown right now moving up to speed. Not seeing any problems there, which is some great news this morning. Elsewhere on our roadways still looks pretty nice. Traffic a little lighter than normal since some kids are out of school and some people are off work since it's Veterans Day, but no major issues at the moment. Lewis.
Thank you. The St. Johns County Superintendent of Schools now calling for something to be done fast about a dangerous traffic intersection. Now, the reason this is important to the school district is because it's an intersection very near Nice High School, and it involves students and accidents there. Superintendent Joyner wants Florida Department of Transportation to install a traffic light right now at US 1 and Ray Road. This comes after a crash this week left 2 students in critical condition, and a crash last month that killed a student there. Right now, there are plans to install that light, but FDOT says it won't be done until 2018. Of course, Joyner wants it done much faster than that.
A Jacksonville woman has a problem, a big one that's making her go batty. This story makes my skin crawl. She says hundreds of bats are living in the walls of her apartment, and her landlord is not doing anything about it. Jessica Gooey says that ever since she moved into her Northwest Jacksonville apartment in January, she's seen more than a dozen bats inside of her apartment. Could you imagine? She says she's reported the problem countless times, only to be told nothing can be done. And 2 different times, she actually had to remove the bats on her own.
Like, is the office still open? They were like, oh, not really. Why? And I was like, because I have a bat in my hand. They're like, well, where'd you get it bat from? I was like, I just pulled it off my vent in my apartment.
Oh my gosh. McGooey says that she was told by a maintenance worker the plan was to seal the bats inside of the walls for them to die. What? Concerned about health problems, McGooey called Florida Fish and Wildlife and was told an officer was looking into it. We also gave Fish and Wildlife a call, First Coast News did, and they said that exclusion devices are being installed, which is good to know. That lets the bats out of the building while keeping new bats out. Goodness.
Yeah, goodness. 6:34 is the time. Sometimes the best companion a young person can have comes on 4 paws. That's why a local student in need of a new service dog after Laura Monger's service dog, Selena, passed away in September. Students at Atlantic Coast High School are now helping raise money to get Laura a new service dog. The dog would be a seizure alert dog and help her stay on sidewalks and help her pick anything that she drops. Laura's classmates say they have learned a lot about service animals from having Selena there, and they can tell Laura misses her companion.
I miss her kisses on my face. She must have loved you a lot.
Uh-huh.
Do you miss petting her?
Yeah, I miss pet her a lot.
Although Selena was a seizure alert and service dog, the dogs are not covered by insurance, and they can cost between $25,000 and $30,000. So Laura's classmates banded together, and they are organizing a hula hoop challenge at their school to help get donations to her family. And if you would like to donate to Laura's GoFundMe page, we do have a link inside this story right now at firstcoastnews.com. Laura's family is hoping to have a new service dog to her by March.
All right, folks, grab a box of tissues. It's a moment one family will never forget. A member of the Air Force gave her family a surprise that left them speechless. Staff Sergeant Kayla Ross has been deployed for more than 7 months, and her family was not expecting her home for a few more weeks. Well, with the help of Miller's Ale House in Orange Park, Ross dressed up as a waitress. You can see her there. And she went to the table to serve her family food. They had to do a double take because the waitress looked oh so familiar. Oh my gosh! Yep. Ross's husband helped to plan the entire surprise. Her mom says that she's so happy to have her home because she's petrified every minute that she's gone, but I'm also proud to say that she's willing to serve her country. The mom is very proud of her daughter, as she should be. Oh, I love those stories. Your time now, 6:36, and still to come on Good Morning Jacksonville. Changing hands. Someone new is taking over to help revitalize Hemming Park. That story at 6:48. And don't forget, the phone lines are now open for Operation Orion. That phone bank right there. The number to call is 632-1200. You can donate to Canines for Warriors to help veterans in our area. As you can see, they are ready and willing to take your calls. Again, the number to call is 632-1200. We are back in just 2 minutes.
All right, good morning. Just got back. We walked Dell, and Dell is enjoying. You would not believe this beautiful sunrise outside, and I tell you what, it honors our veterans. I mean, check it out. Send in your postcard pics. I've got tons of pictures I'm already tweeting online. 44 degrees. Yeah, you can see your breath a little outside. That's how cold it is. 39 on the west side. But as we go through today, one of those days, dry air in place, and with a warm west wind, no problem if it's too chilly. We're going to warm up to the low 70s per parade time from Jacksonville to St. Augustine on our way to a high near 80. There's that sunrise now. Now, as we go through the weekend, a few changes. We have a cold front coming through Saturday. There is a little bit of rain in the forecast, just a little bit, mainly Saturday night, first thing Sunday. Notice the rain chances go from 20% mainly Saturday night to 40% Sunday morning. And then for the Jags game, I'm thinking mainly dry, just a brief shower. Nature does settle in autumn this week and weekend with highs of 70 degrees. Now it's Katie Jeffries, and you've got some great views out there on the roadways, Katie, right in the Tri-Star Credit Union Traffic Center.
I do, since some kids are off school today, some people are off work today. Traffic and congestion is lighter. Normally, we're seeing brake lights starting to form here on I-10 at Cassett by this time of the morning. Right now, pretty smooth sailing, so that is nice to be able to report. I-10 at the moment, only 5 minutes, can you believe it, to go from 295 towards downtown. Now, if you are traveling on I-95 southbound, that exit ramp there at Emerson, be careful because the right lane there appears to be blocked by a broken down car, so just use some caution when you are passing by that driver. Elsewhere on your roadways here, maybe you are going to the Mayport area. Thank you again to our men and women in the service. Looks pretty good though, maybe a little delay though along A1A as you would approach the base. Back to you.
Katie, thank you so much. So we are in the Canines for Warriors, the Operation Orion phone bank right now. The number to call is 632-1200. They're hard at work. Actually, it's great. A friend of ours, a friend of Good Morning Jacksonville, William Taylor, just making his donation. And what he donated, thank you, William, getting a fist pump, right? It's going to be matched. So double the money. Fantastic. Exactly. Mikey getting in as well, his dog. So please call. Let's keep them busy. Such an important thing because as we know, as we've been told, 22 veterans a day commit suicide in this country. What these service animals do is take care of those veterans, and they truly do save a lot of lives. Now, I'm walking back into studio because we've got a very special guest here from Pet Paradise who is making a we're going to just say a very big, wonderful,
Sizable donation, right?
mystery donation right now. Lisa Tar with Pet Paradise.
She's here with Shay as well. We thank you so much for joining us
Right
this
on.
morning.
Thank you.
You know what? You mentioned the 22 veterans, people who lose their lives every single day, veterans. And Lisa, that's what you heard, her gasp. So many people feel the exact same way. And that's exactly why you're involved today, helping us out.
It is. You know, Pet Paradise has been really involved in the communities that we serve. And we heard about Canines for Warriors, and we definitely wanted to get involved. And what a better day than on Veterans Day with this telethon going on. I mean, we're just so excited to be here with you guys.
Pet Paradise is an amazing place. I don't know where Chico goes when you go out of town. Lucy, we go out to the airport location. If we got to fly out, we enjoy the live feed.
Yes,
Get
the
to peek in on
webcams.
Lucy every once in a while, making sure it's all good. She comes out smelling great, clean, wonderful place. Pet Paradise. So obviously, y'all have a wonderful connection. You care about animals. You care about pets. So I kind of speak to that as to why you get involved with Operation Orion.
Well, I think too, just going back to the connection with pets. I mean, when you have a pet, you feel that connection, and you immediately have somebody to count on. And I think that's what our veterans see. They have the pets, they have that connection, and it's such a great cause. It helps the veterans and it helps the animals, because I believe most of the dogs are adopted that go into the program. So I mean, it's just a great win for everybody.
That's right.
And is Lucy a swimmer at Pet Paradise?
Lucy is a fantastic swimmer. Yeah,
That's great.
absolutely. A reluctant swimmer at first, but once she's in for
She's
good.
in?
So you probably
Okay,
have to
good.
drag her out of there, or at least convince her with a little peanut butter or something.
Yeah.
So we're talking about this sizable donation. We're going to keep it a mystery for now.
We are.
But coming up tonight, 6 o'clock,
Yes.
right? We're going to make this the big unveiling.
The big announcement will be at 6 o'clock today.
We're excited for that.
Yeah.
Lisa, you mentioned you don't have any veterans in your family, but it doesn't matter. We all
No.
feel it. We understand
Yes.
the need and what they do with serving our country.
Absolutely. I
It's a
don't
way to
have
give
any
back.
in my family, but I know plenty that serve and plenty that have come back, with PTSD and other issues. And this cause is near and dear to my heart and Pet Paradise's heart. So we're just so glad to be a part of it.
Well, the wonderful thing that you're doing tonight and for the veterans, for this, for Canines for Warriors and Operation Orion. Let's hear about your locations. Let's learn all about Pet Paradise. Where are we taking the puppy dogs?
Right, so we have a location at the airport, which you mentioned. We also at 95 and University. We have a location there. We offer day camp and boarding, overnight services and day services. And we have 12 locations in Florida and 26 in 7 states. So no matter where you're going, there's a Pet Paradise for you.
You guys are everywhere and
we
helping out in a
are.
huge way.
Yes,
We love that.
yes.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, we're back in just 2 minutes with much more. Shay, you doing okay?
Shay is doing
Shay is
great.
fabulous.
She's a superstar. Yay,
We'll
Shay.
be right back.
For the second night in a row, tens of thousands of people took to the streets from coast to coast to protest the election of Donald Trump.
Some are arguing the Electoral College is a sham since Hillary Clinton won the popular vote but lost the election. Meanwhile, protests continue to grow outside of the U.S. as well. This is in Vancouver, where hundreds of people marched right outside the new Trump International Hotel and Tower there.
Now, check this out. Donald Trump is firing back on social media about those worldwide protests. Here's a tweet that he put out saying, quote, "Just had a very open and successful presidential election. Now professional protesters incited by the media are protesting. Very unfair." End quote.
Back here at home now, listen to this. Major development in that extremely tight race for Putnam County Sheriff we have been telling you about. Whether you live in Putnam County or not, this should be important. You said, with the way votes were tallied here, turns out 427 ballots were not even counted on Tuesday due to a server issue. John Kinney was initially in the lead by just 18 votes, which forced an automatic recount by state law. Now, Gator DeLoach is in the lead by a few votes. We're told an official result's going to happen in the next 9 days.
JEA is proposing a $55,000 bonus for CEO Paul McElroy. Now, according to our news partners at the Florida Times Union, the bonus was for him, and more than $3 million for hundreds of other employees is being proposed by the JEA board. Keep in mind what just happened with Hurricane Matthew. This is even though the city-owned utility did not meet a majority of the goals set to determine those bonuses. The board will vote on Tuesday.
We'll do for you this morning. Talk about Hemming Park. It's about to get a new owner again. This comes in the wake of scrutiny about its spending. First Coast News' Lindsay Boach is live at Hemming Park for us this morning with who's taking control and what changes will be made. Hey, Lindsay.
Hey, good morning, Lewis. Yeah, just a few years ago, it was still called Hemming Plaza. And then in 2014, name changed to Hemming Park, and there was some revitalization done with this area in downtown Jacksonville. Now, the city decided last night at city council meeting that it's going to take back over control of this park. It's a relationship that Friends of Hemming Park and the city have had for only 2 years, but the city is questioning the $1.3 million that it paid to the organization. There's been a lot of talk with how to improve the park and its future with Friends of Hemming Park, but the Times-Union says that the mayor wants to put the park back under the city's control in 6 months, but there's really no real plan on what to do with it. So the group invested in the park, bought some new signs, food trucks, even a coffee stand. It hosted events, food festivals, and the group spent money on a social worker to come and talk with the homeless people who gather here to try and get them back on their feet to make this area a place that people wanted to gather in downtown Jacksonville. We've got Art Walk that comes here, different festivals. So now the city taking back over control of the park from Friends of Hemming Park. So we'll have to see what happens after that. Again, this is coming up within the next 6 months. We're live in Hemming Park this morning. Lindsay Boach, First Coast News.
Good morning. It is Veterans Day, and it just doesn't get any better than this. And this is what I found out in the parking lot. That's right, the American flag flying and the beautiful postcard pic sunrise as expected. In fact, let's take another look here at the fair. You know, this is the last weekend of the fair, and I've got some fair weather. We'll also have a few more clouds coming in, but a mainly dry weekend. So it doesn't get any better than this. We take a look at the temperatures this morning, starting a bit chilly, but some good dog walking and running weather out there. You want to keep moving. 44 degrees Jacksonville, 39 to the west side. We take a look at our Veterans Day parade forecast here downtown, 11:01. Look at these temperatures, 73 degrees by the parade start, 80 degrees as we head into this afternoon's high. Your cast does include warm weather all the way to the beach. That includes the parade weather at St. Augustine with that high of 78 as we head through the weekend. Some changes, a few more clouds increase Saturday with that wind, but we're talking about just a few light brief showers. That'd be mainly late Saturday, Saturday night, first thing Sunday for the Jags. Maybe a brief shower, but it's all about the Jags breaking the losing streak with some winning weather, highs near 70, and things do iron out and smooth out next week. Now let's get to Katie Jeffries in the Five-Star Credit Union Traffic Center.
Thank you, Mike. Your time is 6:51, getting you guys out the door. This is a look here at the Buckman Bridge, where we would normally see almost bumper-to-bumper congestion. Not bad out there this morning. Kids are out of school. Some people are off work, so not the congestion that we normally see, which is great. So Blanding to 95 is your normal 11 minutes at this point. Do watch out for a broken down car, 95 southbound, that off ramp there at Emerson. It's in the right lane of the off ramp, so just use caution when you pass by that driver. If you're heading down 95 southbound from 295 towards downtown, 9 minutes. Overall traffic has been pretty nice so far this morning. Of course, anything pops up, I'm always tweeting after the show. Just look up that hashtag Katie's Commuters. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Katie. And now to a closely watched case in our community. A trial date has been set for the man accused of killing Daniel Rowe. Rowe was gunned down while he was taking out the trash while at his job behind the Blind Rabbit in Riverside. The suspect, Aaron Coleman, is a 12-time convicted felon. His trial date is set for March.
Duval County Schools changing protocol after it was discovered 30 elementary schools took part in a gun safety program without ever telling parents. Officials say an opt-out letter was not sent to parents, allowing them to take their children out of this program. Duval School says it was a breakdown in communication, and moving forward, a new process will be put in place to ensure schools hand out that letter.
The Joshua Watkins tennis tournament continues today. Watkins is a Marine who was killed while fighting in Iraq. His mother started that tournament to help raise money for scholarships for service members, you may remember. The tournament runs through the 13th. For more information, you can call the Williams YMCA. There's information also on our website at firstcoastnews.com.
Now to an update about that awesome Navy-Notre Dame game. It was a nail-biter. What an incredible finish. It brought more to the First Coast than just a fantastic football game. Numbers in, an estimated impact of that game is roughly $30 million. The best number, though, for the Navy fans, of course, all over town. 28-27 nail-biting victory, of course.
All right, Lou, I'm hopeful. I'm doing the Mike Prangley thing here and staying optimistic. The Jaguars will be taking to the field against the Houston Texans at Everbank Field this Sunday. But before they take the field, there will be several ceremonies, to honor the military. 5,000 military families were given free tickets. And get this, 185 new service members will take an oath during the game. So cool. Game time 1 p.m. Looking forward to that. All right, happening today, hundreds will line the streets of downtown Jacksonville for the Veterans Day Parade to honor the men and women who serve.
But before the parade, we do have a special treat for you, a little sneak peek at what you'll be seeing during the parade. We're speaking live with some Purple Heart recipients from the Military Order of the Purple Heart, of course. Shelby Danielson live with some of them. Now, we've heard some great stories all morning long, Shelby. Hope that continues.
Hey there, good morning. I wish we could talk to these guys all day. We're obviously just taking a little ride in the car they're going to have in the parade today. But like you guys said, we've been getting stories from these Purple Heart recipients. Right now I'm joined by Sylvester Bolden. This is his ride that will be in the Veterans Day Parade. We can go on up there so we can get a little closer to them. And Sylvester, I know that you're driving, so be safe, but I do want to ask you, tell me here, and you can pull right up here, we'll parallel park on live TV. No pressure, Sylvester. Tell me about your service. Now, you were talking about your Purple Heart earlier and how it's not necessarily a good feeling to receive it because you lost some very dear friends, right?
That's correct. Yes, yeah, it's not a honor because, like I was, so many Purple Heart recipients, they wasn't able to make it, and someone else had to receive their Purple Heart. So it just, although it's something that you don't really say it's an honor to have, because I was fortunate to be able to receive my Purple Heart. Yes.
And tell me, the combat that you went through, you were a squad leader in Vietnam. We talked a little bit about this earlier. Is that still with you today?
Yes, you never forget the nightmares because and your buddies that you know didn't make it, that you left behind. So it's something that it's going to always be with you.
Well, thank you so much for your service, and we will be looking for you in the parade today in this fancy car. We want to thank our two other recipients. I don't know if I can get out of this car, but if you guys can come on over, we just want to thank you, Christopher Vedvik. Thank you so much for your service. Oh, thank you for opening the door. And also Eddie Harrison, thank you so much for your service. We're going to be talking to them a little bit more throughout the day. Keep an eye out for this car in the parade and make sure to thank a veteran today as well. Thank you all of you guys. Back to you.
Oh, that is awesome. Thank you for sharing those stories, Shelby. We appreciate it.
So shake a veteran's hand today.
Yes.
Say thank you today. That goes so far, but you can take it a step further with your dollars, and your dollars get matched today by calling 632-1200. We've got our Canines for Warriors Operation Orion phone bank happening right now. Thank you to these wonderful volunteers, by the way, coming in so early.
Thank you, guys.
This is awesome.
And look, they're already busy. This is great.
Yeah,
they're already
this is very
busy,
good.
and you can become a guard dog by donating $50 a month. You get this really cool military mug.
Yep.
Wow, that's awesome.
And it all goes to help, you know, the warriors in our area, which is wonderful. Canines, I love it.
All right, the number to call, 632-1200. Your donations will be matched. Please call in. We're here all day long. Have a great one.
Thank you.
6.5 hours right here.